Hello, this is What on Earth. In the next few minutes you'll be seeing our idea for a brand new children's television show where we'll be uncovering the natural history and ancient mysteries of our planet.
We will be travelling the length of the country, the entire world and out inside the universe and the solar system as we attempt to dazzle and amaze kids of all ages.
And getting our hands dirty in the process.
Our aim is to get kids to come and look at their local history and uncover their region's geology, and we're going to build on their interest in planets and volcanoes and show them there's so much more to find out.
By rooting around in their hometown and scrabbling around in their garden, we'll find evidence of how the Earth used to be.
You might think that here in the UK we'd be immune to natural phenomena like earthquakes, tsunamis and ice ages, but this is just an illusion. We've been hit by all of them and more.
We will discover a land that has been reshaped time and time again by natural forces and extreme conditions beyond our imagination. A land that was home to some very strange creatures.
One of the great things about the show would be having kids emailing us with the sort of questions they want answering. I think Phil's got an example.
That's right, I have, yeah. This is from James in Devon, and he asks, how are mountains formed?
So we would go back to his local area and try and explain using some of the rocks in his region or that sort of thing to explain the great history of the Earth or the great mysteries of the Earth.
That's right, and hopefully we'll come up with the answers. So join us on our quest. We'll show you how to build your own volcano.
Reveal the strange tales behind some amazing discoveries.
And take your house on a trip through time.
So watch out for us ringing your doorbell.
Nowhere and nobody is safe from the ancient natural world, as we ask, what on earth? Hi Liam, what are you looking for?
Well, about 200 million years ago this whole area was covered by an ocean, and so these rocks are all marine sediments, and so we're looking for fossils to try and give us an idea of what kind of things lived in the ocean.
And what kind of fossils should I be looking for?
Well, there's various things have been found, ammonites, snails, various other shells, so we just want to have a look around to see if we can dig out.
Right then, let's go to work. So Leo and I are here now. We've been searching for fossils for 5 minutes, and I seem to find this shell.
Yeah, it's an oyster.
An oyster shell, like the oysters you find today?
Yeah, oysters have been around for an incredibly long period of time. I mean, we were here 200 million years ago and there were oysters in the rocks.
Okay.
So they've been around for perhaps 250 million years.
That's a long time.
It is, it's incredible. They've obviously they've adapted and they're still found in the seas today.
And what's this you found? This is pretty unusual.
Yeah, this is a belemnite. It's actually part of a shell. Relations living today, close related to belemnites, are things like octopuses and squid. And this would have had a thin shell, and a creature with tentacles would have been coming out of the end of it. But it's just a part of that shell.
Okay, right.
And then we have...
Well, there seems to be a lot of shell, a lot of these in there.
Yeah, there's a whole concentration. You can see there's a bed behind us where these shells are all found just in one place.
And what does that mean?
It's a storm bed. What it means is that they were concentrated together. It may well have been they were all living together, but then a storm came in and just buried the whole area.
And so you've got one bed here. What does that tell us about the rest of the area then?
Well, you've got different variations. You've got some muddier parts and some shellier parts and some harder parts and softer parts. There's variations in environments, not always the same.
Okay.
But it tells us that we're in the sea. We've got these storms, we've got these marine creatures swimming about or living on the seabed. So there's a lot of things going on. We can build up a picture of what life was like at the time, 200 million years ago.
So from just a small outcrop here, we found out a lot about the geology in this area. Now you may think rocks are hard, and you'd be right, but they can be soft and bendy. Take these layers behind me for example. They've been laid horizontally, and then they've been tilted, so they look like they're at an angle now, and that's after continents have collided, squashing them. This can be seen quite easily with plasticine. If you take 4 layers of plasticine and you push them from each side, just like a continent would, you can see that they bend and tilt. Next time you're out and about looking at rocks in the countryside, have a think about what you're looking at.
So what we've done is sellotaped an egg cup and a film canister to the board, and that will act as our volcanic vent from which the lava, which we're going to make later on, will erupt. But before we can do that, we need to build up the volcano body. So I shall add plenty of newspaper around the body of the volcano to make it into a real shaped thing. It's almost there. Cover it in newspaper all the way around to build up the kind of body of the volcano, and then cover that with the silver foil. Now, if you want to make it look much more authentic, you can cover it, maybe get some glue and plenty of sort of sand or some black spray paint, try and colour it to make it a bit more rocky. In order to make the lava, your three ingredients are vinegar, baking soda and red food colouring. It doesn't have to be red, but lava generally is red, so it makes more sense. Mix up a bit of vinegar and a bit of red food colouring. Then pour the powder into the vent of the volcano, probably about a teaspoon's worth, ready for the eruption. Pour your mixture of red food colouring and vinegar on top of the powder, and hopefully, all being well, wow, volcanic eruption. You can find evidence of volcanic rocks in the middle of your town. Here we've got a giant lump of granite which was formed in the body of a volcano. It was lava that never erupted onto the surface. So the lava that we saw in the volcano we made earlier never got to the top, it just stayed within the volcano and cooled into this crystalline rock.